here, all geared up to develop your knowledge and your skills regarding the lesson for the day. Yes, so I was just chit chatting with all of you. Yeah, really nice to see all of you out here. Amazing. Yes. And let's get going, righty? So yesterday we were basically focusing a lot on the intro aspect of it. Yes, what's going to be the test format, how is it prepared, and what's going to be the duration and everything else, right? So we're trying to understand the listening test in detail, in depth. However, today we're going to focus a lot on the task types. Yes, we did cover the task types yesterday as well. However, today it's going to be a lot more of practice, a lot more of prep. And let's begin. Yes, let's check it all out. And we would be focusing a lot on the form completion, sentence completion, and matching tasks. Yeah, so it's going to be a fully packed session only if you participate along with me. Yes, you have to participate with me. You have to be responsive. You have to be really alert because we are going to practice a lot of listening. But before we do that, I have a question. For how long is the listening test? Anybody out here who can help me out? Yes? For how long is the listening test? Come on, tell me. 30, okay, Norm it says 30. Oh my, somebody wrote 60 minutes. Are you sure, sweetie? Because I really don't remember to tell you that the lesson is for 60 minutes, yes? So it's actually for 30 to 40 minutes, yeah? So the CD moves, like it goes at times like 35 minutes or something like that, right? And, oh, that's great, Mahesh, being very particular about the CBT and the PBT, right? Now, in which module, in which pattern, like which task for CBT or PBT, for which paper type do we get 10 minutes extra to transfer the answers? Come on, help me out. For which paper type do I get 10 minutes to transfer? PBT, yay! I love the spirit coming from you guys. Lovely, righty? Next up, another quick question. Can we listen to the recording again? Can I just ask the admin that, hey, can you play the recording again? I did not understand the last word. Yes, absolutely. No, we can't. Not at all, right? All of it is just happens for once. So it's like once in a lifetime experience. Yes, it won't happen again and again. And at Leap, how many mock tests do we give for free? Come on, hit me up. Send me a text. I would like to know. How many mock tests do we give for free at Leap? That's right, Akansha. We give 5 mock tests for free if you enroll for a 4-week course. Yes. And yeah, so now you know it. That's how it works with us, righty? And I really don't know if you guys are aware of it or not, but yeah. I am beginning my new batch on the 16th of August. I agree, Kapil. Yes, it does cost. However, it costs your time, your energy, and your effort. Yes, and it's just a mere amount, right? It's really negligent almost, righty? But anyway, talking about the cost and everything, I would love to share this information with you. And I really don't know how many of you would be interested or your friends would be interested in it. But yeah, I'm beginning my batch on the 16th of August and the 17th of August. Yes, and the batch timings are the only difference. The rest of it remains the same. Yes, the format, the lesson modules, the assessments, everything is just going to be the same. Yeah, so for the 16th of August, which is beginning at 7 p.m. Yes, the batch is going to be from 7 to 8 for the evening people who are available in the evenings, generally working professionals. And for the remaining, yes, I'm beginning a new batch on the 17th, which is going to be from 7:30 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. Yes, so it depends on you if you're an early bird or you are like night out. But it's not really night, it's like evening, late evening. So it depends on you which way do you want to go. However, what's the best part? Yes, anybody can tell me what's the best part about these courses, right? Let's have a little conversation around here. Yes, that's right, it's the code that I have, right? So right now we're offering the lesson for 149 only, right? However, if you happen to use my code, that is BSLive20, you would be getting 20% off on 149. And that would amount to anybody out here who's really good at maths. Yes, because I really need to fetch my calculator now. Anybody out here who can help me out? How would that work? Yes, that's right. 119. Yes, it's just going to be for 119 only, right? So if you happen to use my code, it's going to be for 119 rupees only. A 4-week course designed in a way that will help you to get to know the nitty-gritty of the IELTS test. 4 modules, 4-week program, would have one-on-one speaking feedback assessed by me and by my other peers, and you would also get your writing evaluated. So it's in total 6 writing will be evaluated by me, 3 of task 1 and 3 of task 2. And there is really no demarcation between a GT student and an academic student. For both, you would be required to submit 6 writing tasks. Yes, so all of these, it's inclusive of the plan that we have, right? That's great, Rahul, that you've already joined. I'm really amazed, right? Absolutely. Thanks a lot for the comment, and everybody else. Lovely, righty? So let's go on with the lesson. As promised, we will be working a lot on the lesson that we have. And let's get going, right? That's great, Mona Lisa, that you have joined his lesson. Maybe if you have some other friend who's looking for a lesson, you can always recommend me, righty? Yes, you can always let them know that if you are using DS 520, it's going to be great. Yes, that's great. Thanks a lot, Dilji, right? I know Naveed, right? But to be honest, once you get on board, you will understand how is the system working on. Yes, how lucrative and how resourceful the program is at just like for 120 rupees, right? No, Gorintala, today is not the first lesson. Actually, it's the second one. However, we would be having like a week-long YouTube live for all of you to enjoy and get to know about our programs and the other fun stuff. Okay? Yes, righty. So you can make a note of that. Maybe you can take a screenshot and share it with your friends, whichever way works. And let's begin with the lesson. Yes. And let's check out what do we have in store. So as the heading suggests, we would be working a lot on the sentence form completion aspect. And side by side, I would be sharing my expert tips and tricks. Yes, the tips which really work for me to get the best score for the IELTS listening test. We would have a lot of practice on the matching aspect of it. Yes, we would be matching, and we would try to listen to the recording and make some sense out of it. And again, I would be sharing my tips. And last up, we would be having some practice questionnaires. And I would also love to share some interesting vocabulary with you guys. Yes, I really don't know if you guys remember the vocab that I shared yesterday, especially for part 3. Today is just going to be a continuation of that, right? We will be building on a little more to get the best perfect house. Yeah, let's begin. So the sentence completion aspect of the IELTS test. In this type of question, the kind of question that we are going to deal with, we would be given a sentence which can be from anywhere, but it's of course going to be in context, right? So there would be a long passage and there would be some sentences which are incomplete, which need to be filled. Yes, and it is on the basis of the recording that we listen to. We must figure out which word fits in which gap. And when we think about sentence completion, we also have to take into consideration the grammar aspect. And this is where most of the students lose out their scores. Because what we feel is that whatever we listen, we end up writing the same. However, it should also grammatically fit into the sentence. And that is the biggest difference out here. Yes, it's not always compulsory that what you hear is what you write. Of course, the words, by and large, you do write it in the same way. But grammar matters a lot for this type of task. Yes, let's go forward and let's figure it out. Right here, it's a sample task for the sentence completion. Yeah. You would get a question like this on the screen. I would like all of you to take a closer look at it. Yeah. And like, just avoid texting a lot right now, because we're going to do a really interesting module out here. Okay, so hold on your horses. Let's take a look at the question at this time. All right, let's take a closer look at it. Complete the notes below. Only one word answer for each. How many words am I supposed to write? Just one. Is it going? Could it be a number? I have got a question. Could it be a number, guys? Yes, no, maybe. What do you think? Could it be a number? Absolutely not. No, it cannot be a number. Yes. There cannot be any maybe, because it just says one word. So we cannot actually write in numerics. Yeah. So it is understood that I do have some words to look for. That's the very first thing that you jot down. Yeah. Next up, let's take a closer look at the next aspect. Yes. Just bear with me for a moment. Yeah. Just trying to figure it out. No worries. Yes. So what would be the first thing that you should do? You should always figure out what the instruction is asking for me to do. Yes, what am I supposed to do? What's the instruction about? And then you would be going on forward with it, right? You would be building on to it a little further. So we have got blanks out here. Yes, the text at times it's going to be a little blur because it's the internet, right? We can't really trust the internet 1000%. It would get a little blur from your end because the internet out here seems perfect. Yes. So let's move on from this to the next one, right? We get to know from the instruction that we have some words to take care of. Yep. And then we take a look at the exam, like the blanks that we have. The recording will only give us a matter of 30 seconds to take a closer look at these pastimes. And my very first tip would be for all of us to just take a look at the first two questions. That's all that is required. Yeah. Now let's go on and let's try to use some of our skills. Yes. The general strategies that we should remember when we are going for a sentence completion task. Yes. Let's take a look at it. Look through these sentences before you start to get a general idea of what you are going to hear. So the moment we come across a question, yes, the very first thing that we need to keep in mind is what am I required to do? Am I supposed to write a verb, or am I supposed to find a numeric, like a number, or is it going to be a name? What is it going to be? So this should be your very first point. Look for what is required. Next up, you got to pay attention. You have to be very, very, like a really good observant when it comes to the word choice. Yes. So, for example, what kind of part of speech is it going to be before the word or after the gap, right? This is something again in relation to what we speak. Yes. So it's very natural. It should be very organic in nature. The word should fit organically into the question that you have for filling out, for note filling. Yeah. Next up, we have the try and guess aspect. Yes, which also happens to be synonymous to prediction. It's really essential that you should be able to predict what kind of response am I supposed to fill in. And please remember, in IELTS listening, there is no negative marking. So please, please, please never ever leave any blank empty. Just predict. Think of a random relevant word which would be in relation to the question, right? So as you listen to the recording, you would also be scribbling on a piece of paper, or you would be typing out for details on the screen, whichever mode of test you take. You would be coming across some content. So it's very essential that you do not leave any gap empty. What if you are lucky and that happens to be the correct response? Yes. So try to fill in as many questions as you can, and it's really important that you are able to guess what are you supposed to detail, like listen in detail. Is it a name, a number, or is it something else? Righty. Next up, remember the words. And to be honest, this is a little bit of a task because it will never be exactly the same. However, if you happen to be lucky, you would maybe find a question which is exactly the same in the recording. However, in general, most of the words, they are paraphrase, as in they are the synonym, the similar meaning word of the main answer. Yeah, so that's what you should be watching out. You should be listening very carefully in the recording. Yes, in the audio that you have. Next up, write the exact words. Yeah, you are expected to actually write the exact words. And just like one of our participants did share with me yesterday, that we should be writing in capital font. Yes, the font that you should be using is capital. Why? Because it might be the case that in cursive handwriting, it gets a little messy. So it's recommended to go for the capital word format if you are going for the IELTS listening test, and even for reading for that matter. And if you feel that your cursive handwriting is beautiful, it's really, really legible, go ahead for that. Yes, it's your choice. There is no compulsion as well. And last up on the list is to always check for the word limit. Now, what was the word limit for the task that we just saw? Anybody who can help me? What was the word limit to the task that we just read? One word only. And this is also where the students get a little puzzled. That, hey, that lady said 2 words, 2 to 3 words. I think I'm supposed to write the entire sentence. Do not do that mistake. Now you know the strategies. Look, pay, try, remember, write, and always check the word limit. What is expected out of you? Make note of that, and it will not be difficult for you to score, let's say, more than a band 6 or a 6.5. Yes, and anyways, at Leap, it's kind of a trend nowadays, right? That none of our applicants actually score less than a 7 or 8 band in listening itself. So you know that you're learning from the best. Make the most of this opportunity. Yeah, let's go forward and let's take a closer look at the test now, right here. I want all of you to sit with a piece of paper and a pen. I hope you guys are sitting with that. Yeah, quickly grab. Okay, I'm not going to show you the question right now because let's simulate exam conditions, right? Absolute exam conditions. Let's simulate that, right? Please sit with a piece of paper or a pen, and if you are connected with me via your laptop or your PC, open the comment box. Okay, open the comment box, right? Because now it's going to get real. Yes, I'm going to show you a question and I would be playing the recording. And I want all of you to be all yes for it. Yes? So I hope you guys are sitting with a piece of paper and a pencil. Say yes, no, maybe, send something. Yes, very well, Nishant. Very good, Rahul, Vasudev, Nikita, Satakshi, Stuti, Jia. Oh my, I'm short of pronouncing your names, right? Rina, Miji, amazing. I think it's a full house today, right? Let's begin and let's check it out, right? You have 30 seconds. Quickly take a look at the question on the screen. Hi, Dharmendra. Please do not spam. Do not send me so many yeses. Please don't spam me. Yeah, I'm requesting you. Just one yes is enough. All right. Otherwise, I'll have to block the chat. So please don't do that. Yeah. Don't spam. It's really not polite. So I'm going to play the recording right away. Please listen carefully.
However, nothing stands still in this world. One company has come up with the slogan, "Take your home with you," and aims to provide clients with luxury serviced apartments. Those in the business travel industry maintain that these serviced apartments dispense with all the unwanted and expensive hotel services that business travelers don't want, while maximizing the facilities they do want. For example, not only sleeping and living accommodation, but also a sleek modern kitchen that allows guests to cook and entertain if they wish, at no additional cost. The attractions of such facilities are obvious, and it'll be interesting to see whether the company manages to establish a trend all over the world and make a lasting impact on the luxury accommodation market. Now, finally, I want to consider the psychology underpinning the traditional holiday hotel industry. As a hotelier, how do you go about attracting people to give up the security of their own home and entrust themselves to staying in a completely strange place and sleeping in an unfamiliar bed? Firstly, hotels exploit people's need to escape the predictability of their everyday lives. For a few days, people can pretend they are free of responsibilities and can indulge themselves. Secondly, there is something very powerful in our need to be pampered and looked after. It's almost as if we returned to being a baby when everything was done for us and we felt safe and secure. And not far removed from this is the pleasure in being spoilt and given little treats, like the minuscule bottles of shampoo and tiny bars of soap, the chocolate on your pillow at night. And we actually forget that we are paying for it all. Next week, I'm going to look at eco-hotels, a fairly new phenomenon, but increasingly popular, particularly.
And that be it. Oh my. How was it? How was it? Yes? Tell me, let me know, raise your hand. I would love to know how was the recording. Did you feel that the guy was talking in a really quick way, or was the rate of speech normal for you? Yeah? Yes, Pradeep, what do you think? How was it?
It was not so fast, madam.
It was normal for you, all right?
Yes.
Were you able to jot down and make notes and just try to create a balance between the two?
Actually, I'm attending the class through my mobile.
All righty. So that was a little bit of a hindrance for you. No worries. Yes. What about the rest? Did you guys, anybody out here was able to jot down the responses? Yes. Priya, that's nice. Okay, Priya, I think she's really on point. What about the rest, huh? Was anybody else able to do it? That's really sad. It was just Priya and Akanksha and Kaushik. Akanksha, very well. Amazing. Vaibhav said he missed the last one, right? Didn't find the answer. Okay, ma'am, I think the last one is wrong. All right, last one might be wrong. Okay. Yeah, I do take your concern into consideration. And let's see how did it work. Yeah. So now for all of those wonderful people who wrote down their responses, I would really like you to come forward and help me with your answer. Yes. So for example, I would really like to request Akanksha and Priya to raise your hand. Could you please raise your hand? Yes, I would really like you to pitch in. Hi, Akanksha, are you there? Akanksha, are you there? Yeah, I guess not. Yeah. Alrighty. Priya, would you be there? Priya Kanwar. Yes. Hi.
Hello, ma'am. Good evening.
Hi. Good evening, sweetie. So what was your response like? Can you help me out with it? And what was your analogy behind it? How did you figure out these words?
Well, ma'am, I was all my ears and I concentrate on the words, on the every word the speaker was speaking, and I wrote down the answers as quick as I could.
Brilliant. I love the enthusiasm that you have in your voice. Yes. Now, can you help me with the very first response?
Ma'am, me?
Yeah, you, sweetie. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Well, ma'am, I think the first will be a business.
Okay. A business, or is it just business?
No, business. Only business.
Okay, only business. Got it. Right. I agree 1000%. And how did you figure this out?
Ma'am, well,
what were the words that you were looking for?
it was specifically for, ma'am, I forget, but it was really, I think it was not accurately the similar word specifically, but he said synonym, I guess so.
Very well. Good observant. And what about the next one?
Second one is kitchen.
Alrighty. Yes, kitchen. Okay, noted.
And I got the answer as it said the luxurious, maybe, or something related to not so cost or not so cheap.
Aha, okay. And the third one, what was the answer for the third one?
Third one will be world.
Okay.
WORLD. And
I think this one was really direct. He did actually say the exact word, right?
Yes, ma'am. This one was the direct answer. And fourth one, I think predictability.
Okay. Alrighty.
And fifth one, baby. And sixth one, I think chocolates, or chocolates.
So did you write the plural version of it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you wrote the plural version. Cool. Thanks a lot, Priya. Yes. Okay. Now, our very confident classmate was able to give in such amazing pointers, right? She was able to listen to it very carefully, and I'm quite amazed. Out of a number of 300 plus, around 300 students, only one amazing person was able to jot it down. What were the rest of you doing, huh? Anyway, let's quickly take a look at the responses. Yes, I understand, because the 5 and 6 element, it's kind of complicated. And to be honest, for those individuals who just joined the lesson, right, IELTS listening can be intimidating, but it isn't impossible to achieve. Yeah. Now let's take a look at the answer. I've got the answer sheet as well for all of us to look at, right? Ta-da-da! The fourth attempt, the fourth response is a little inaccurate. And I have taken the opportunity to actually pick out the exact words the speaker expresses in his content. Okay, so you have the cheat sheet in front of you. Now your task is to listen carefully and try to match it. Okay, that's all you have to do. Whatever the speaker is talking, I just want you to follow this script. Okay, whatever the person is speaking, I just want you to follow, and that's how you will come down with the correct answer. Yes. So number 4 was a little inaccurate, but no worries. Yes, it's the first time that all of us are doing this. Let us listen to the recording again. And this time your job is to look for the answers in the most accurate manner. All right. Are you guys with me? Yes. Awesome. Right. I wrote sweet instead of chocolate. So now we can get to know, right? We can cross check that how did chocolate come into existence, right? Let's take a look. All right, I'm going to play the recording. Please be all yes. All right, stop messaging, stop texting right now. Just be a good observer.
However, nothing stands still in this world. One company has come up with the slogan, "Take your home with you," and aims to provide clients with luxury serviced apartments. Those in the business travel industry maintain that these serviced apartments dispense with all the unwanted and expensive hotel services that business travelers don't want, while maximizing the facilities they do want. For example, not only sleeping and living accommodation, but also a sleek, modern kitchen that allows guests to cook and entertain, if they wish, at no additional cost. The attractions of such facilities are obvious, and it'll be interesting to see whether the company manages to establish a trend all over the world and make a lasting impact on the luxury accommodation market. Now, finally, I want to consider the psychology underpinning the traditional holiday hotel industry. As a hotelier, how do you go about attracting people to give up the security of their own home and entrust themselves to staying in a completely strange place and sleeping in an unfamiliar bed? Firstly, hotels exploit people's need to escape the predictability of their everyday lives. For a few days, people can pretend they are free of responsibilities and can indulge themselves. Secondly, there is something very powerful in our need to be pampered and looked after. It's almost as if we returned to being a baby when everything was done for us and we felt safe and secure. And not far removed from this is the pleasure in being spoilt and given little treats, like the minuscule bottles of shampoo and tiny bars of soap, the chocolate on your pillow at night. And we actually forget that we are paying for it all. Next week, I'm going to look at eco-hotels, a fairly new phenomenon, but increasingly popular.
So did you guys notice, yes, the way the story unfolded, the way the speaker spoke, each and every sentence was like it was from a script itself. And it's I actually picked it up from the script, right? So now you get to know that how important it is to actually understand what the speaker is trying to express, right? This is exactly what is expected out of you on the day of the exam. So right now, Priya, Kamsha, and somebody else were able to jot down the pointers in a very accurate manner. Yeah, Priya, the last one would be wrong because you ended up writing the S. Yeah, the last one would be wrong. I agree, Nishan, because it said that the chocolate on the pillow. Yes, it wasn't plural, it's actually a singular sound. Yeah, but anyway, it's just the first time that we're doing this. And even if it isn't, maybe more practice is going to make us really aware, righty? However, the biggest mistake was the predictability aspect of it. However, I saw one of you write the word escape. I'm not really sure which one was that, like who was the one. But yeah, now you get to know how accurate and how detailed is it going to be. And this is a very solid example of the sentence completion. We have a passage, there are some sentences which are incomplete and our job is to fit in the words, righty? Very well, Dharmendra, good job. Very well, Kiran. Yeah, that's awesome. Yes, Nishant, very well. Exactly, Hitanshu, this is taken from a test, from an actual Cambridge test. Yeah, so this is how exactly how it's going to be. But this answer aspect you'll not get to know because this is something from my own. But yeah, this is exactly how it's going to be like, righty? Angeline, there is no ma'am out there. There is just the answer sheet and you on the question paper. So yeah, you can actually write the answers side by side if you want to. However, I would never ever recommend for you to write all the answers on the answer sheet as you listen. Always write your answers on the question booklet and then you transfer because we have last 10 minutes. Huh? That's how we can do it. And for CBT people, I request you to type simultaneously. Okay? No, Hidanshi, we cannot listen. Hitanshu, we cannot listen to the recording more than once. It's just going to be like one time because we are in a lesson and I want to teach you the tips and tricks. That's the reason why I'm playing it twice. Yes? Awesome. So let's go forward. And let's take a look at the next situation. That is the form completion. Now, form completion happens to be the easiest part of the IELTS listening. Why? Because everything is pretty much sorted. Huh? You have a form. You are expected to fill out some information. That's what it is. And this also happens to be the very first question. In my experience, I have come across so many tests in which this is the very first question. Right? So generally, the listening part one begins with a form completion. Now, what is the very first step? The moment you find a question, like a task like this, what is going to be your first point? Come on, let me know. What are we supposed to do? What's going to be the first thing? Am I supposed to start reading the question? Or what am I supposed to do? Can anybody help me out? Nomit says word limit. Vivek is on point, and so is Jenny, and so is Angelina, and so is everybody. Yes, we have to read the question. Yes. What is the question asking from me? What am I supposed to do? How many words am I supposed to write? Is it going to be a number? What is it going to be? Yes. So the very first thing is that we take a closer look at the instruction part. So complete the form below. Write no more than 3 words. So what is the limit? Is the limit 4 words or is it 1 word or is it 3 words? really have no idea. Can you help me out? What's the limit? Yes, it should be not more than 3. It can be 1, it can be 2, it can be 3, but it cannot be 4. Yes, and or a number. So this is where again a confusion occurs, because students at times feel that nahi yaar jawab word hi hona chahiye. No, not really. The answer is not always, it's not mandatory that it's going to be a word. It can also be a number. So we have to watch out on that. And it is when the numbers come where we get confused a lot, because we in the Indian English that we speak, we have a habit of saying 0, 0, 0. Yes. However, in British English, that becomes a little different, which we will be working on tomorrow. Tomorrow we have a lesson on the MCQ parts, and I would also be sharing some of my favorite and the blockbuster tips for IELTS listening. Yes, so we would be working a lot on pronunciation and accent, like figuring out all of that tomorrow itself. All right, so I'll meet you tomorrow as well. Anywho, let's focus on the task in hand. Yes, so we have a form in front of us, and there are some information which we have to fill in. Yes, absolutely, Mayur. You can write 1 word or 2 word or 3 word, but it cannot be more than 3. Yes, because it says no more than, right? So it can be a number as well as a word. Ah, awesome. Let's go forwards and let's take a closer look at the strategy that we have to keep in consideration. Yes, it's very important that you understand what the strategy is about. However, I'm really parched. Is there anybody who can help me out for reading the instructions? Yes. So your voice forever is going to be eternalized on YouTube. Who would like to be my partner in reading it out? Yes. Shubhangi, would you like to do the honors? Hi, Shubhangi Somi.
Hello.
Hi, darling. Can you please read the first one?
Sure. Utilize the 20-second you will have prior to hearing the listening promote and read the information first. Underline your keywords and think about the types of words that you could be missing from the gaps.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot, Sweetie. So this is something that we really need to take care of. So the moment you get a form in hand, the moment you have a form, it's very important that you understand what are the keywords, what's expected out of me. What am I supposed to look for? Is it a number? Is it a word? Is it a word? Is it a noun? Whatever is missing from the gaps, that's the very first thing that you should keep in mind. Yes, it shouldn't be anything else than that, right? Next up, Ria, are you there?
Hello.
Hi, sweetie. Can you read the next one? The
Yes,
one in front of
ma'am.
you.
Yes, sure. Remember that the answers will come in order during the question types prompt. This means that you should utilize the note, form, or table visual aid to your advantage and keep notes directly next to your gaps. Doing so will help you pick up where you left off if you miss something, and it will help you understand the information.
Absolutely, yes. So we would be bombarded with a list of information. So the speakers, the form completion is generally a conversation between two people. It can never be a monologue. Otherwise, what form completion is that? Yes. So it's a conversation between two people. So as and when, whatever you listen, you just have to quickly make a note side by side. However, for CPT guys, it won't be possible because you really won't be having any time to make notes on the laptop or the PC that you have. However, for the PPT guys, you can always make notes on the question booklet itself. Please understand the examiner is not going to look at your question booklet, so you can scribble as much as you want on the question booklet, but your answer sheet should be crystal clear. Yes, this is something which is expected out of you. Righty? Now moving on, Pritika. Hey Pritika, are you there?
Yeah, hi Bagisha.
Hello. Sweetie, can you read the third one?
Sure, of course. So understand the question type in relation to the section. You will almost always have to listen for specific information rather than listening for each speaker's thought.
Yeah, very well. So as this this statement suffices, it's really clear. You don't need to understand the context at any point. You don't have to understand what the Ram Kahani is going on, what story is going on. Yes, you just have to pick out the specific information. That's what you're looking for. You don't need to understand the emotion, the thought process of a speaker. Yes, this is where we also get distracted. On the day of the exam, we have such limited time. We cannot afford to listen to everybody, emotions, and all of those elements attached to it, righty? Next up, Shama. Hi, Shama. Did I pronounce your name right or is it Kishama? Are you there?
Hi.
Hello. Hi.
Pronunciation is Shama Verma.
Shama Verma. That's great, right? Yeah, could you read the last point for us?
Yeah, sure. As always, you should write the words clearly in capital letters and pay close attention to how many words you can write.
Yes, right. So this is where the instructions come into existence. And out here, I have taken the liberty to write out the exact system that is expected in the test from you. Your words should be clearly in capital letters only. Play the safe side. Avoid using cursive, especially for your answers. Yes, always work with the capital letters. They are going to be extremely useful for you. Yes. So let's move on and let's put all of this strategy into play. Yes, Nazi, it's mandatory to write. Why? Because that's how you can make it really neat and clear. Yeah. So chalo, enough of Gyan. I have given you a lot of Gyan with the strategies and everything. Now it's the time to put the language to practice. Okay. Are you guys sitting with a piece of paper and a pencil? Of course you are. That's what we did the last time. And this time I just want you to quickly write down 8 points. All right. Quickly write down 8 points because I would be showing you the screen right now. Just bear with me for a moment. I have to make some adjustments. Okay, this is perfect, right? So this is your form out on the screen, right? There are how many blanks? How many blanks are you supposed to fill out? 8, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. I want you to quickly make a list, okay? Make a list from 1 to 8. All right, now I would be playing the recording. Please listen carefully. This is application to join the college tennis club. All right. What is the instruction? The instruction, we did it before we brainstorm, and I'm going to play the recording now. Please be careful. Best of luck.
Hello, Student Services. Tamsin speaking. How can I help you?
I'd like to join the tennis club, please.
Sure. There's a form you need to fill in. Do you have it?
No. Where can I get one?
I could email it to you.
Oh, sorry. I'm afraid my internet connection's down at the moment.
No problem. I can ask you the questions over the phone if you like and fill it in for you.
Oh, fine. Yes, let's do that.
Okay. So your name is...
Thwaite. John Paul Thwaite. That's Thwaite.
Okay. So that's Mr. John Paul Thwaite.
Correct.
And your address?
Room 42, Hazelworth Hall of Residence.
Is that H-A-Z?
No. H-A-S-L-E-W-O-R-T-H.
Right. I don't know that one.
It's in Prebend Street.
P-R-E-B-E-N-D?
That's it.
And the postcode?
CD3 7GB.
Okay. And your email address, please?
johnpaul24@spl.ed.uk.
Got it. And do you have a contact number, like a mobile phone?
Sure. The number's 09114 87877.
Mm-hmm. And which faculty are you studying in?
Dentistry.
That's a department, not a faculty. Shall I put medicine?
I guess so. Or is it the Faculty of Life Sciences?
We don't have one with that name, actually. Do you want me to check online?
No, it's okay. I'm sure you're right.
Okay. And your student ID card number?
JPR 440021.
Thanks. Next, I need your date of birth.
The 23rd of July, 1996.
Are you a UK passport holder?
No, I'm not actually. My mom's British, but I was born in Montreal, so I have a Canadian passport.
Okay. And you've played tennis before?
Well, I'm not much good, but I'm not a beginner.
So shall we say intermediate level?
Isn't there anything between beginner and intermediate?
I'm afraid not.
That'll have to do then.
Any disabilities?
None.
And finally, have you signed up for any other sports clubs?
I went along to a taster session for the badminton club, but I've decided to do tennis instead, so I never actually joined that one. I did join the squash club last year, but I didn't go to many sessions, and I'm not renewing my membership.
Well, I'll put that down for the record, but I'll leave the badminton off for the moment.
Okay.
That's it then. I'll get this processed, and you'll get a text telling you when the first session is and all the details. You can pick up your membership card then.
Okay. You've been very helpful. Thanks.
No problem. Enjoy your tennis.
Thanks. Bye.
And that be it. Yes. How was it? Wow. Okay, that's amazing. Aditi, Thakur, who was that? Okay. Oh my, I'm really happy how all of you are sending in the text. Lovely, yes. So I think we're going to have more applicants, righty, for giving me your opinions. Chalo, let's do that, huh? Let's go forward and let's figure it all out, right? So the form completion that we had, let us try to be expressive around it. What all the pointers that you noted down, let's talk, yeah? Who would like to help me out? I need a volunteer. Yes, I need a brave volunteer. Oh, that's great. Yes, Ria, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So should I start the answer?
Yes, please go ahead with
Okay,
spelling,
so
huh?
first-
Because
first one is-
I have no idea about the spelling.
Yes, ma'am. So they always spell the difficult words, I feel, the street names and the surnames. So first
Fair
was
enough.
dot, DHWATE. D, ma'am. It was D. DHW.
Okay, DHW.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I just lost the sound. Can you repeat again?
DHW ATE.
ATE. All right, got it. And the next one?
Then there was Hazelworth.
Okay, spelling please.
HASLEWORTH.
Alrighty. Next up?
Then there was Prebend. PREBEND.
Alrighty. Next?
Then medicine. And
Spelling please.
then
I'm really poor
okay,
at
medicine
spelling.
TV. MEDICINE. And then we have the date of birth, that is 23rd July 1996.
Okay, 23rd July.
July 1996.
Righty. Okay. Do you really think she said death of birth, or was it something different?
Date of birth.
Yes. So this was an error, right?
I didn't even notice it. I imagined. My brain just read date of birth only.
No, it's date of birth, not death of birth, right?
Yeah.
I just
didn't
wanted to
even notice
confuse
it.
you guys. Right? Canadian.
Nationality
Sorry.
is Canadian.
I just
it's
said the
Canadian.
response. Yeah.
It's Canadian. And then it is intermediate.
Okay. And then
Hello.
the last one.
Can you hear me, ma'am?
Could you repeat the last
Yeah.
one, Speedy?
Squash. SQUASH.
Awesome, righty. Thank you so much. Yes, and I
Thank
must
you, ma'am.
say she actually deserves a round of applause, right? However, is all her answers right? Yes, are all her responses accurate? Okay, Kaustubh says no. Okay, why, Kaustubh? What made you feel this way? Kaustubh Bhaskar, why do you feel this way? Spellings are inaccurate? How are they inaccurate?
Ma'am, first was Thwaite, Thwaite.
Yes, that's righty. Yes, it's actually with the th sound, not the d sound. Righty? And then what else is inaccurate?
Third, I guess it was Pebend, Pebend.
No, it's actually pre-bend. The third one is right. Yeah.
Faculty was life sciences.
No. The rest is fine. Thanks a lot for that. Yes, the rest is fine.
And the last, I think.
Who's that? Okay, I guess I just lost you.
Hi, this is Shama. I think last one was badminton.
No, last one is squash. She did say at the end that I am going to leave badminton off for now. However, I'm really concerned about this. The second one, is it HASLE or it is HASEL?
It was LE.
LE for sure?
Yes.
Yes, it was
awesome. Very well, right? So it was just the first one, which was little inaccurate. The rest seems muy bien. Muy bien in Espanol means perfect. Well done. Thanks a lot, Ria and everybody, for Kaustubh, Shama, for pitching in and for giving in your opinions. It was really good. Yeah. And out here, yes. There was a question from the class that, ma'am, it's a combination of words and numbers, righty? But still, they do happen to be in the word limit, right? So 1, 2, and 3. So it's less than 3. It's actually 3, not less than 3. It's solid 3. So yeah, this is the accurate version of this. Yeah, cool. Very well, right? So 23rd happens to be a number, yes? So it's a combination of that. So you can either write, yep, so you can represent as 23rd July 1996. It happens to be accurate. Alrighty, thanks a lot, guys. And no, Chavi, it's not going to be life science. It clearly says in the recording that the faculty is medicine, that is available in their schedule, and it isn't life sciences. Yes. So thanks a lot for being a part of the lesson for the day. I hope it was really super for you to build in and to give in your responses and just be opinionated about the way that we can deliver our ideas and our thoughts, so on and so forth. Yes. I hope the practice that we received was enough for you to figure out what you think of the IELTS test. And yes, it can be a little intimidating. However, if we are able to figure it out in the best way possible, it's not a Herculean task. Yes. And before we leave, I actually have an amazing information to share with all of you for those who just joined in. If you are looking for a course, a crash course for 4 weeks at just 119 rupees, yes, it's not for 149. It happens to be for 119 only. You must use the code that I have, BS Live 20. Yes, you may use it and get the best benefit possible. Yep, it's only for 119, right? And we would be meeting tomorrow as well. Yes, it's the third part of our series. And tomorrow we would be working a lot on MCQs, and I'll also have a little surprise. Maybe a continuation of this, maybe or maybe not. Yes. However, I want you to be very thorough with whatever we have done today. I want you to be quite vigilant, and we will do some practice session tomorrow as well. Not some, I think a lot, because we're going to focus on matching, which, oh, damn, it really happens to be very hectic at times. But we're going to make it very easy, yes? So Vasudev, the start date is 16th of August and 17th of August. The time you can, like suit your schedule. If it's, you would be available at 7:30 a.m. or at 7 p.m. It depends on you. The purpose behind is to get going with your IELTS preparation. Yes. If anybody has any questions or doubts, you can always hit me up. I'm right here. You can always ask me. And let's see, how does it work? Yes. Oh, that's amazing, Vasudev. That's really good that you enrolled in yesterday. No worries, Gurpreet. Our schedule is also in a way that you can, we'll be helping you for general training as well, right? So it's best for all. Yeah, so Jagpreet, my class is beginning on the 17th of August and the 16th of August. So you can take a note of that, right? And Chadu, I'll see you all tomorrow. Yes, I guess you all have to be somewhere, and so do I have to. So we'll meet tomorrow and at the same time at 4 p.m. And let's see how many of you are going to be there. Come on, show me, like, show some support. Are you going to be there? Yes, no, maybe. How is it going to be? Awesome. Thanks a lot, Gagan, Arash, Anuswara. Lovely. Wow, Rahul. Awesome. Yes. Can't miss it. That should be the spirit. So I'll meet you tomorrow at 4. Till then, please take care and bye-bye. Practice question, to be honest, you will get it tomorrow itself. There isn't any link for that. Yes. When you'll be here tomorrow, I will be giving you the practice questions. Righty? And please do not forget to spread the word. Even if this information isn't relevant to you, you can always share it with your friends. Sharing is caring, yes? And also, this is the season of Friendship Day, so make the most of it. Alrighty? Cool. Bye-bye. Thank you. Soumya, would I end?
Yes, ma'am, definitely.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Yes.